The footage captures an isolated soldier moving through an open field, fully visible beneath the wide sky. He walks carefully, looking around the area, seemingly unaware that an aerial drone is monitoring his movement from above. The drone follows him with steady tracking, adjusting its position to keep the figure centered in the frame. At one moment, the soldier slows down, as if sensing something unusual, yet the landscape around him offers no cover. When the drone completes its maneuver, it rapidly closes the distance. The recording cuts at the moment of approach, emphasizing how exposed personnel in open terrain remain highly vulnerable to modern aerial reconnaissance and precision tracking technologies. The footage shows a fortified underground shelter partially concealed beneath layers of soil and debris. From above, the structure appears well hidden, yet the drone sensors clearly outline the entrance and the overall shape of the position. The drone makes a slow, controlled approach, circling to verify the layout and gather additional visual data. A drone observes an enemy soldier resting beside a tree. The soldier notices the drone and attempts to wave it away. A drone tracks an enemy soldier moving through an open field. It makes several passes, adjusting its line and refining its approach. On the final run, the drone locks onto the target and concludes the maneuver with guided control. The footage shows an aerial drone approaching a ruined residential structure on the outskirts of a damaged settlement. Nearby, an enemy soldier moves cautiously among the collapsed walls, using the debris as cover while trying to stay hidden from observation. From above, the drone maintains a clear view of the position. The broken roof lines, scattered bricks, and exposed interior make it easy to follow every movement around the house. The soldier pauses near a collapsed corner, unaware that the drone has already aligned for its approach. After a brief hover to confirm the angle, the drone descends along a steady, controlled path. The footage cuts as it reaches the damaged structure. The footage captures an aerial drone tracking a soldier moving across a wide open field. With no structures or vegetation to hide behind, the soldier remains fully exposed as he walks, occasionally glancing around in an attempt to sense danger. From above, the drone follows him with calm precision, adjusting altitude and angle to maintain a clear view. The open terrain leaves the target with no way to break visual contact, and every step becomes part of a predictable path. After a brief moment of alignment, the drone begins its final approach, closing the distance in a steady, controlled movement. This segment shows an aerial drone tracking a soldier moving alone through a broad, empty field. The terrain is flat and silent, offering no natural cover. The soldier tries to stay alert, occasionally pausing to look around, but the threat comes from above, outside his line of sight. The drone maintains a steady altitude, matching his pace and keeping him centered in view. Each adjustment of angle and height refines the approach while the soldier continues forward, fully visible against the open ground. After a brief hover to confirm the alignment, the drone begins a controlled descent, closing the distance in a smooth, deliberate movement. The recording ends as it reaches the soldier's position. A drone approaches a soldier moving along a narrow dirt road. The soldier fires upward in an attempt to deter it, but the drone stays on course and continues toward the position. The footage shows 3 enemy soldiers entering a partially damaged private house in a rural village. The camera stays high above, capturing their movement between the broken walls. Moments after they go inside, the drone's approach reaches the structure, and the recording ends as the compromised sections shift under the impact of activity. A drone carrying a drop device identifies a motorcycle with several enemy soldiers nearby. The device lands directly on the vehicle, and the footage cuts. This segment shows a rapid montage of drone footage capturing light enemy vehicles in various locations, on dirt roads, between trees, and beside ruined buildings. Each clip follows a similar pattern. The drone identifies a vehicle, adjusts its line, and moves toward it with controlled precision. Some vehicles attempt to accelerate or change direction, but the drone maintains a stable angle, keeping the target centered. The recordings conclude as each approach reaches its final point. This montage shows multiple drone recordings inside dense forest areas. Enemy soldiers move between trees, attempting to use shadows and vegetation as cover. But from above, the drones clearly track their movement through gaps in the canopy. Each clip follows the same rhythm: detection, approach, and a controlled descent through branches and foliage. The forest offers limited concealment. The footage shows an enemy soldier running along a narrow dirt road cutting through an open field. He moves at full speed, repeatedly looking back over his shoulder, sensing danger but unable to see the drone observing from above. The drone follows with steady control, matching his movement and adjusting altitude to maintain a clear line of sight. The open terrain gives the soldier no natural cover, leaving each step fully visible against the empty landscape. After a brief moment of alignment, the drone begins a controlled descent. This segment presents a montage of drone recordings capturing various enemy vehicles positioned across open fields, forest roads, and damaged village outskirts. The footage shifts quickly from one target to another: cars, light transports, motorcycles, and improvised technical vehicles, each attempting to move or stay concealed within the terrain. From above, drones detect them with ease. Heat traces, shadows, and distinct shapes stand out clearly against the background, allowing operators to identify each vehicle regardless of its location. The drones adjust altitude and angle, preparing precise approach paths for observation. Some vehicles try to accelerate or change direction at the last moment, but the drones correct their trajectory instantly. This sequence captures a coordinated drone operation against an enemy tank positioned near a tree line. The armored vehicle stands partially concealed, its engine running as the crew prepares for movement or awaits further instructions. Despite the cover, several FPV drones identify the tank from different directions. The first drone descends to a low altitude, approaching the vehicle's side, while a second positions itself at a higher angle above the turret. Additional drones enter the area from various vectors, each selecting a specific approach path around the tank's structure. With every maneuver, the vehicle becomes increasingly limited in its ability to reposition or respond. The crew attempts to leave the area as smoke begins to appear around the tank, and drones continue maintaining visual control over the position near the edge of the field. This scene shows how coordinated actions from multiple unmanned systems can neutralize even heavily armored targets, shifting the balance on the battlefield. This segment presents a series of drone recordings showing light enemy equipment scattered across fields and rural roads. The drones move with precision, identifying vehicles such as small transport trucks, off-road motorcycles, and improvised utility cars used for quick repositioning. Each target is approached from a different angle, with drones adjusting altitude and trajectory to maintain clear tracking even when vehicles attempt to move or hide beneath trees. The footage cuts as each drone reaches its final approach point, showing how easily mobility assets can be disrupted under persistent aerial observation. This montage captures a wide range of drone recordings involving enemy vehicles and infantry across different parts of the battlefield. Light trucks, armored carriers, motorcycles, and scattered foot soldiers appear as drones move over fields, tree lines, and damaged infrastructure. Some drones approach moving vehicles from direct angles, while others detect infantry concealed in trenches, behind debris, or beneath trees. Several segments show aerial drop devices landing near positions where soldiers attempt to take cover, with the footage ending at the moment of contact. Together, these scenes illustrate how drones influence both mobility and manpower. By tracking equipment and identifying infantry positions in rapid succession, they disrupt movements, weaken coordination, and limit the enemy's ability to regroup. This segment shows a mixed series of drone recordings involving enemy infantry, light vehicles, and communication assets across the battlefield. The drones operate methodically, shifting from moving targets to stationary equipment with seamless precision. Light trucks and motorcycles are observed first as operators guide the drones across open terrain. Moments later, the feed focuses on infantry moving between trees and trenches, where controlled approaches bring the drones close to each position. Communication antennas mounted on poles and makeshift posts are also reached during the sequence, affecting the flow of coordination between units. This segment presents a compilation of drone footage capturing enemy vehicles positioned across different parts of the battlefield. Light transports, armored platforms, and improvised utility machines appear in open fields along forest roads and beside damaged structures as drones scan the area from above. Each vehicle is tracked with steady precision. Some drones approach from low altitudes to follow machines moving at high speed, while others descend from higher angles to observe stationary equipment hidden near tree lines or debris. The feed consistently shows how clearly these targets stand out against the surrounding terrain. As the drones reach their final approach paths, the footage cuts, marking the moment of engagement. Across the montage, multiple vehicles lose their ability to operate or relocate, illustrating how aerial systems can quickly reduce mobility resources on the front line. Subscribe to the channel and leave a like.